I'm Seema Gupta, Professor of Digital Marketing at IIM Bangalore. I study how our brains are influenced by the online world, and in this talk I will share some of my intriguing findings. Each one of us is dwelling in two different worlds, the physical world, which has defined dimensions and boundaries, and the digital world, with infinite possibilities and emotions. Our thinking process is classified into two modes. System 1 thinking is like a juvenile teenager. You know, the one who starts acting like Kabir Singh every time his crush talks to someone else, because he evaluates quickly. Whereas System 2 thinking is like a wise older man, whose hands may be wrinkled, but his eyes have a calm twinkle, and who emphasizes mental calculations and observations before deciding on something. In most scenarios, System 1 thinking is more active, and as soon as we look at someone, it involuntarily draws conclusions based on non-verbal cues and paints their first impression into our minds. You must have heard the saying, you never get a second chance to make the first impression. Now you know the reason why people busy clicking selfies, close-ups, side views of their DPs suddenly go in for a perfect headshot in the case of a LinkedIn profile. It symbolizes your professionalism. Similar is the case of YouTube thumbnails. Most brands are striving hard to create a good first impression on you. We feel obliged to do something for the one who has done something for us. This is the result of our psychology of reciprocation. It is also the reason why you had to invite all your dur ke rishtedar to your wedding, because they invited you to theirs. A study published in Journal of Applied Social Psychology found an increase in a waiter's tip by 3% when diners were given a mint and 14% when given 2. My son once received an unsolicited gift card from a famous brand after posting a series of pictures wearing their products. After using that gift card, he again received an email asking him to recommend the purchases he made, which of course he did. Reciprocity! During shopping festivals, you would have observed influencers sharing posts on social media about the offers. They get hired by the brands to get the word out and thus get rewarded with massive commissions, gifts and swag. And you thought Diwali sales are for you. No! Asli Diwali to influencers ki hoti hai. You must have watched Mr. Bean, right? I'm sure at some point you must have felt annoyed by the laugh tracks running in the background. But these laugh sounds are there for a very logical reason. They induce a positive audience response and higher ratings. I know it hurts to believe that you were laughing like crazy for absolutely no logical reason. When you are unsure how to react, you look for people around you to find cues and guidance. We all like to rely on the opinion of like-minded peers due to our urge to be socially accepted. This is called the principle of social proof. For the same reason, public reaction decides the fate of any movie rather than the critics' reviews. Do you remember Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue? हमारी फिल्मों की तरह हमारी जिंदगी में भी एंड तक सब कुछ ठीक ही हो जाता है. Happy ending. The first impression is the one that pays off, but the last impression is the one that stays on. Online platforms provide you with surprises or rewards at the end. Excellent examples are the scratch cards and cashbacks we receive while paying through e-wallets. Studies by German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus have also shown a direct correlation between an item's position within a list and its recollection by the mind. It is observed that people tend to recall the information presented to them at the very beginning and the information presented to them at the end. On any website, important links and details are placed at the top or bottom, as the middle is often skipped. Poor content writers. Admit it, we always go in for the first website for any Google search result. No doubt, the best place to hide a dead body is page 2 of Google. No one goes there. Now, consumer satisfaction gradually turns them into regular customers and makes them status quo biased. As customers, we usually find it very difficult to change our mind, try something new, and risk the loss of a well-known choice. Thus, we tend to stick to our status quo only. As the famous Bollywood dialogue states, लाइफ में सबसे बड़ा रिस्क होता है कभी कोई रिस्क ना लेना. Not taking the plunge is our weakness here. As the Latin translation of status quo itself states, the mess we are in, highlighting how we get stuck in it. For the same reason, we are still drinking carbonated drinks even after knowing that they are basically bathroom cleaners. Now, the question is, are prices a crucial factor in making any purchase, as they are believed to be? The belief is far from reality. If a brand wants you to pay a higher price, they can definitely prime you by ensuring that the website emanates luxury and comfort. Never underestimate the power of a common digital marketer. My son always goes for Adidas shoes, even if they are costlier than others. This is a result of how the brand has primed its prices. It claims to utilize self-patented foam and tire tread techniques. Its website and shops create an image of luxury, comfort, and style. It becomes evident that the customers are ready to pay more. The phenomena of priming can also be observed in restaurants. McDonald's creates an environment with bright lights and colored plastic trays, emphasizing that the restaurant is not the place to linger over your food. On the other hand, if you go to a restaurant that has tablecloth with waiter service, an atmosphere that stimulates a luxurious feel, even if it is offering you a simple burger, you will be ready to pay for it at a primed amount. Number 7 is considered to be lucky. The internet is flooded with prices ending with 7. Try saying out 999 and then try to say 997. Come on, try it out. It takes you fractionally longer to say the former. This is because we tend to lengthen the vowel sounds in ein. This makes the price ending with 7 seem short and consequently cheaper. It explains why 997 is much more effective than even 995, as the higher price appears to sound smaller. Do you have a habit of personifying colors? Like, do you feel that when angry, a person's face turns red? Colors have feelings connected to them, and the marketers utilize this fact. Nikon incorporates yellow in their marketing, aptly using the color to communicate that their products help consumers capture cheerfulness with clarity. On the other hand, Netflix incorporates red in its branding, as the service provides a variety of content that evokes strong emotions from viewers. An interesting fact for you all is to avoid painting your kitchen yellow and red, because this combination stimulates hunger. No wonder all the food giants wear this color scheme. Let's not limit it to the colors. Every picture tells a story, doesn't it? It is often said that to feel the art of a picture, you need to understand the essence the artist has tried to capture in it. That is what the principle of peak shift is all about. It involves identifying the essence of a particular subject and then enhancing it. The essence can be in any form, shape, size, and color. The peak shift effect is the reason why an hourglass-like figure is used to represent women. Think of the sculptures of Ajanta caves. Models with enhanced body shape and figure are shown to increase the appeal of the magazines. These marketers must realize how difficult it is for their readers to get that size 0 figure. One technique advertisers use very often under the peak shift principle is the creation of caricatures and cartoons. Caricatures are easy to draw and attract the audience with a simple emphasis on some features of the face. The primary step is to identify the most promising characteristic of the face. For example, look at the image of Angelina Jolie. The actress is known for her broad forehead and sharp jawline that seems capable of cutting through everything. That's clear through the image, right? My son likes to binge watch on Netflix. Are you the same? Clicking on the next episode button every 45 minutes. What makes you watch episode after episode, even though it's past your bedtime and not even your priority? The answer to this is a simple marketing technique called the zeigarnik effect. The essence of this effect is unfinished business or incomplete work. This means that with every little thing that is not brought to an end, our willingness to finish it increases. Recall how every episode ends with a question or a cliffhanger, leaving doubt in our mind and urging you to continue. Now wait, doesn't this seem familiar? Oh yeah, our very own magnum opus Bahubali used the same trick to keep us hooked and booked for 2 long years. Speaking of TV series, have you ever noticed that only 2 or 3 characters are portrayed in the posters, even if there are multiple leads in maximum series? It is because viewers pay most attention to images having a maximum of 3 human faces in them. Also, it has been observed that when a sentence is written in rhyme, people perceive it to be more authentic and truthful. For example, a title named Woes Unite Enemies can be tweaked to Woes Unite Foes. This is for the same reason that every time you hear Asli Masale Kuch Kuch, you automatically start singing MDH, MDH. Well, who do you think will be the youngest child labor? Don't think too hard. They are the babies present in the end number of ads. These cuties instantly arise in us and urge to cuddle and coo them. We are so captivated by the baby's cuteness that the fact that the ad has nothing to do with baby's products goes completely unnoticed. When an ad has a baby looking straight out of the page, the viewers fixate their attention on the baby's face and rest of the things receive minimum attention. Not a big surprise. But what happens when a side-facing baby photo is positioned to look at the ad? Even though the baby's face remains a major hotspot, now the ad headline and text get far more attention. This proves that we tend to look at what the person in our vision is looking at. But if they are looking at us, we will simply look back at them only, nowhere else. In simpler terms, you look where they look. To date, the digital marketers were tracking our preferences, purchase history, and psychology. But now they are tracking our eye movements as well. Now, what if I suddenly say, I don't feel that you all will be able to understand the depth and intricacy of my talk. You will start listening with more concentration. That's the magic of reverse psychology. Marketers can trigger you to purchase by stating that you can't. Marketers tend to cement their place in your hearts by establishing their presence through social media. The propinquity effect emphasizes the importance of having physical or psychological proximity with the customers. So brands share updates, ideas, and even memes regularly to connect with the audience. But this can backfire too if not utilized carefully. Newton's third law of promotion states that there is an equal and opposite reaction for every action, plus a social media overreaction. Now the question is doing all this enough for convincing the customer? Well, not exactly. This is because the human memory is like a magnet that holds objects close to it only if there is an attraction. A slight distraction and the interest is lost. If the website takes a lot of time to load, you will surely go for another option. The technique of distraction is your window out of this situation. Here we use images and animations to create a momentary distraction for the visitors till the website gets ready. Look at this image. Do you recognize it? This is the page that Google shows you when the page you want to view is unable to load. When you click on the dinosaur shown, you are taken to a simple animated game while your internet connection restores. This keeps you busy and occupied. So now you know how not to fall for the charms of the digital world. Thank you.